Bismillah. Alhamdulillah. Salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. So, yesterday we did a brief class, a short one, talking about the hadith of Al-Imanu bid'un wa sittuna shu'bah. Hadith number 57 says Al-Imanu bid'un wa sab'una shu'bah, which means that the belief or Iman is composed of multiple parts or multiple branches. And according to the hadith, there are over 70 some branches. And the highest of such parts that form the Iman is the actual belief, Shahadat an la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. But all the acts of good deeds are parts of Iman. So the more the person acquires good deeds, the more he has Iman. Of course, number one good deed is the belief. So the more he acquires and strengthens his belief, that would add the most to his Iman. But if he is praying more than others, and of course sincerity in prayer and all, fasting or giving charity, that all adds up to the Iman. Okay? And so the hadith mentioned that the highest or the biggest part or the most important part of Iman is the actual belief, the Shahada, the testimony of faith. And he says وَأَدْنَاهَا, which means the easiest or the closest for anybody to perform, because adna can come from the lowest or the closest and easiest. Okay? Is to clear the way for the people. And that is something very easy. You might be walking like this and you find something that can trip somebody. You just push it with your foot. It doesn't cost you anything. But that is part of Iman. It's a good deed. So as if the hadith mentioned the part of Iman that relates to the right of Allah, which is the testimony of faith, and an example for what relates to dealing with the people, which is warding harm off the people. And of course, higher than this is doing good to the people. You follow? Yeah. So the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when he didn't enumerate all these 70 odd branches or parts of Iman, he just mentioned these examples, and then he said, وَالْحَيَاءُ شُعْبَةٌ مِنَ الْإِيمَانِ, and to have modesty and to be somebody who doesn't expose himself to shameful positions and shameful acts, that is also part of Iman. That could be a quality that a person has by nature. Some people are just shy people and modest people. They don't like to put themselves in shameful situations. And that's a gift from Allah. That will help that person to be a good believer. But there's also haya muktasab. There's also modesty, and there's also modesty that a person can acquire through following the teachings of Islam, because they all teach the person to be modest and avoid what is evil and avoid what is shameful. Okay? So, but if somebody has both, that's even better and better. وَذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ يُؤْتِيهِ مَن يَشَاءُ. Allah gives His favors and bounties to whomever He wills. The hadith of ذاك طعم الإيمان من رضي بالله ربا وإسلام دينا ومحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم رسولا. The person who has the qualities of accepting Allah as his Rabb, his Lord, Master, Creator, Legislator. Rabb can also mean legislator, the one who tells you what to do and what not to do. That all falls under the Rububiyyah. وبالإسلام دينا, Islam as his way of life and worldview. Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم رسولا as his leader and the one who follows, the one who he obeys. That person, if he has these qualities, he will taste the sweetness of Iman. And in another hadith that has a wording similar to this, ثلاث من كن فيه وجد بهن حلاوة الإيمان, حلاوة الإيمان. Three qualities, if they are in a person, those qualities will lead to that person acquiring the sweetness of Iman. And he mentioned three things: أن يكون الله ورسوله أحب إليه مما سواهما. That this person places Allah and His Messenger as the most beloved, more than anything else that he may love. And that goes with this. رضي بالله ربا وبمحمد رسولا, right? وأن يحب المرء لا يحبه إلا لله. And when he loves someone or loves something, he only does that for the sake of Allah, because this thing doesn't go against the pleasure of Allah. Actually, it goes with the pleasure of Allah. And whatever displeases Allah, he would dislike, of course. وأن يكره أن يعود في الكفر كما يكره أن يقذف في النار. And this person would hate to go back to disbelief or kufr or rejection, just like he would hate to be thrown in a fire of hell. Again, رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا. Same kind of thing applies to that. And as I mentioned, the sweetness is not a sweetness of taste, but it is the good feeling the person has on the inside. A true believer who has these qualities, normally he would be very tranquil and happy and hopeful and confident, feeling safe. It's the feeling of safety that because if you are in good terms with Allah and He's in control of yourself and everything around you, then you feel safe. Even if something harmful, apparently harmful, happens to you, you know it's from Allah. He'll take care of you. It's for your better, whether in this life or in the life to come. So you feel content and safe at all times. الذين آمنوا ولم يلبسوا إيمانهم بظلم أولئك لهم الأمن وهم مهتدون. Those who believe and they keep their belief sound without tainting it with evil deeds, أولئك لهم الأمن. Allah will grant them safety, الأمن, and guidance. So all this, today we read also من عمل yesterday من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة. Whoever does good deeds and he's a believer, whether man or woman, Allah will grant him a good life. This is the sweetness of Iman. So this is basically what these two hadith, number 56 and 57, we wanted to complete the commentary on these two. Then the following hadith, yes, when the hadith talks about Hayat Shawbatun min al-Iman, Imam Muslim followed this by another hadith, number 59, which says, yes, عن سالم عن أبيه سالم بن عبد الله بن عمر. Salim narrates from his father Abdullah ibn Umar أنه قال سمع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم رجلا يعظ أخاه في الحياء فقال الحياء من الإيمان. Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم heard a man, basically criticizing one of his friends or another companion regarding him being so modest and shy. He says to him, why are you so shy? And he was trying to say, as if he's not happy with the shyness of this man. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ corrected the criticizer and said to him, Al-Haya'u min al-Iman. Being shy is something of Iman. You shouldn't try to get this quality out of this man. Another hadith, number 60, narrated by Abu Siwar. Abu Siwar says that he heard Umrad ibn al-Husayn saying that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says, Al-Haya'u la ya'ti illa bi khayr. That Al-Haya, modesty and shyness, will only bring about goodness. Will only bring about goodness. Another Sahabi, فقال بشير بن كعب. Basically, Umar ibn Husayn was mentioning that hadith, that he heard the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ say that modesty and shyness will only bring goodness. So another Sahabi was saying, إنه مكتوب في الحكمة أن منه وقارا ومنه سكينة. He says, I have read in some books of wisdom that modesty and shyness can bring honor and can bring sakina. Sakina means like tranquility or good or well-being, something like that. فقال له Imran actually got angry with this man. And he says, أحدثك عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وتحدثني عن صحفك. He got angry with him, although the man didn't say something wrong. Basically, he's supporting, he's giving examples to support what he just said of the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. But Imran got really mad. In some narrations, says حتى حمرت عيناه, like his eyes got red out of madness. He says, I am telling you, I'm giving you the hadith of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and you are reading from some books of yours. He just wanted. Scholars were talking about why did he get mad. Some narrations say that this man said that haya and shameful or shyness can bring about honor and so on. but it can also be a form of weakness in some narrations that he gave. It could be this or could be that. So Imran ibn Hussein got angry because Prophet ﷺ said that it always brings goodness. So how can it be some form of weakness? You follow? So that's why he got mad. Some narrations say that. But also some scholars said that Imran ibn Hussein didn't want the saying of any human being to be mixed with the saying of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. That's very important. Okay, to keep the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ pure and sound, and not mixed with any other saying. That's so important. Another reason they say is that he might have gotten mad because it is sufficient to say that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said such and such. We don't need any added evidence from any other source, and that's another good interpretation of why he got mad. Because if we, this is like I'm telling you, maybe I bring you a statement or a testimony of the highest authority in physics, for instance, that the mass of or the power equals this, such something in physics, and then you say yes, and this small student said such and such. It's an insult, right? So, and then it says here in another narration, كنا عند عمران بن الحصين في رهط منا وفينا بشير بن كعب. Another narration of the same hadith. فحدثنا عمران يومئذ قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الحياء خير كله. Imran says الحياء is always good. حياء is always good. Shyness is always good. قال الحياء قال أو الحياء كله خير. Subhanallah. The narrator wants to get the words of Imran correct because those words are basically he narrated from Prophet. So he says Imran said that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said الحياء خير كله, or maybe he said الحياء كله خير. You follow? Which it's exactly the same thing, but Arabic, it sound Arabic. In Arabic, it sound whether you put كله خير or خير كله. This and this are sound, and the meaning is perfectly equal. There's no difference in meaning. But again, they always wanted to get the wording as close as possible, or maybe as accurate as possible to what the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said. And when they're in doubt, they would say he said this or he said that. You follow? فقال بشير بن كعب إن لنجد في بعض الكتب أو الحكمة أن منه سكينة ووقارا لله ومنه ضعف. This is the other narration. He says, but we find in some books of wisdom that sometimes it's good and it brings about honor, and sometimes it's a sign of weakness. قال فغضب عمران حتى احمرت عيناه. Imran got so angry that his eyes became red. He says, ألا أراني أحدثك عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وتعارض فيه. He says, is it real that I am telling you what the Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم said and you are objecting to this? وتعارض فيه. قال فأعاد عمران الحديث. So Imran repeated the hadith. He says الحياء خير كله, الحياء كله خير. بشير should have stayed quiet. He didn't stay quiet. فأعاد بشير فغضب عمران. Imran got even more angry, and he almost wanted to assault the man or something. فما زلنا نقول إنه منا يا أبا نجيد إنه لا بأس به. They started quieting and calming down Imran ibn Hussein. He says, no, he's not a hypocrite. Leave him alone. Finally, the final narration here. Actually, the final narration is exactly the same, but narrated by different people. We'll stop here, inshallah.
شكرا دكتور، بارك الله فيك، جزاك الله خير.
نعم بارك الله فيك.
حديثكم كويس، المية ربنا يوفقكم ان شاء الله. بس في بعض الكلمات طبعا اللغه
الانجليزيه
فسامحنا، انا ما قاعد نفهم كلها.
تمام.
فاذا كانت في امكانك في عندك تقدر.
He wants بالعربي. Yeah. He's saying that he doesn't understand the class, of course, or most of it, because it's in English. He's asking if we could do at least part in Arabic. What do you guys think?
Yes, good.
Huh?
Yeah, we all agree.
Huh?
That we all agree that.
All.
Nobody is here, I think.
خلاص, inshallah, we'll try. We will explain in English وهنشرح بالإنجليزي, ولكن الخلاصة هنديها بالعربي. And finally we'll say a line or two in Arabic to summarize. فاهم؟ تمام؟ يعني بقرأ الحديث بالعربي وبعدين بترجمه، وبعد كده هشرح بالانجليزي، وفي الاخر اديك الخلاصة بالعربي. اوكي؟ تمام. اوكي. السلام عليكم.